host those grain schools, they're not actually growing the show.
Right.
You know, it's just a power plant. We can actually
And
show
so this one is a...
This is a Tibetan pepper plant.
And you're one of 2 people in the U.S. growing it? In Arizona. Right on. And so it's like a trial. Beautiful. And what's up with the sunflowers? Just kind of a fun little thing?
The sunflowers have a lot of Sunflowers have a huge benefit because they're able to pull out heavy metals and toxins from the soil.
That's a bioaccumulator is what you call it, right?
Exactly. So this is one of the key things you grow for bioremediation. Say you want to turn a parking lot into a farm.
I
grow this.
I would know nothing about that.
You would grow something like this.
These are
And
beautiful.
the next best thing that you can grow is over here. The 2 key things you're going to do for bioremediation are sunflowers
Okay.
and Daikon radish.
Oh, and now the Daikon radish though is going to kind of open up the soil. Is that why?
It's opening it up, but the Daikon radish has a unique plant root exudate. It's
Oh,
a
really?
unique enzyme. It's different from any other plant.
I didn't even know that.
That's able to really liven up that soil biology, but it also detours certain weed seeds from growing and certain soil-borne insects from becoming prominent.
Interesting. So are you guys going to thin these out?
We'll thin these, some will be used for kimchi, and then a lot of them are just going to be a gift to the earth.
And then, so the Daikon grow like 10, 12 inches long, and if you leave them in there, what's going to happen
If
is...
you leave them in there, they can get like this big, dude. I
But-
mean, and they'll burst open. And what happens is they'll become hollow on the inside, and then air will actually work down into the soil. It's a natural tilling of the soil.
Hell yeah. And so they'll break up that compacted soil that we get here in Arizona. We're not actually in Phoenix. We're in Cottonwood, Arizona, which is a little northwest.
Yeah, so there's
About
really
2 hours.
several things happening here. You know, it's breaking the soil open, it's releasing enzymes, it's aerating the soil, and then when it does come the time where I'm going to work this, it's going to add in organic matter.
It's amazing. I love it.
If we look over here, this is our bigger cover crop.
And if any of you guys are interested, you can come be a woofer here. And
We host internships. We can do a month to 3 month internships. We do day workshops, 5-day workshops.
Green Beans wants to intern. And that's Daisy, who can't keep up. So this is like a barley grass here.
This is barley grass. Barley grass is one of the best cover crops that you can grow
Okay.
because barley grass roots from one little tuft like this. These roots can go up to 10 feet down and up to 20 feet out.
That's crazy. What are you guys doing about this nightshade here? Do you guys pull those?
We pull them, but right now we're trying to flood them out with as much barley and stuff as we can.
That's cool. What kind of pests are you dealing with here? I see like some little gophers and stuff. Has that been kind of an issue, or?
Gophers in some areas are a little more significant. This year it's been really hard with the grasshoppers, cutworms, and blister beetles, flea beetles, all that kind of stuff. And it's because this is new land.
Yeah.
We're working this land, we're working up insects,
Yeah, right.
we're working up weed seeds.
It takes you take a hit to do it the right way.
Exactly. And doing this kind of stuff, using little pockets and bioremediating this land in the right way is the true organic way of doing it.
For sure.
It's like, these are the steps that people skip, and then they wonder why they're not sustainable. They wonder why they're...
Well, they try to control everything instead of building. They kind of try to subtract what they don't want instead of having a natural balance, and you end up in a situation where you're like a barrel with one hole in it. You put your finger in one hole and something else will pop up. So that's why I like permaculture style, natural remediation. Say hi, Shayna.
So this piece of land, this section of our land, has not had any vegetables in it.
Okay.
This is pure cover crop, and we're gonna let this go through the winter.
How many acres you guys have here?
We have 15 acres.
Wow.
And what I'm gonna do, you want this stuff to get as tall as possible
Okay.
without getting viable seed on it.
Okay. Chop and drop.
And then we're gonna mow it down,
Right.
and we're gonna let it just kind of dry up. And then what I'm gonna do
Natural
is
mulch.
I'm gonna come through with my boom sprayer, and I'm gonna spray all of that.
Boom spray that ass.
Spray all of it with compost tea.
All right, right. And that'll help aid in breaking it down.
Yeah, and then I'll do a light fluff of a till, you know, of surface tilling, and incorporate it.
Right
After
on.
it's
Oh, look at that
sat
big
and
ass
really
grasshopper.
done its thing. But barley grass is one of the top things you can do. Really, with cover cropping, there's guys that are doing up to 75 species, 100 species cover crops.
Okay.
And you're having grains like this growing up, and then you're having vetches come and curl up it, clovers growing on the ground, daikon going in, huge sunflowers with stuff trellising on it. And when guys do that, you're increasing your organic matter going in by up to like 1,000%.
Hell yeah.
You know,
We got it. Big ass anthill right
because you have a dense network of plants. And and the part that people really don't grasp is that that is not for our benefit at all. That's a gift to the earth.
Oh, for sure. Right,
We're
right.
giving more than we're taking,
Well,
so that we can continue to receive abundance.
exactly,
You know?
exactly.
And
Exactly. And where's your water come from here?
the water here, we have well water, but we also have water coming off of the river,
Okay.
off the Verde River.
So there's an aquifer beneath here, and then the Verde River is what, like quarter mile away from here?
No, it's literally right there.
Oh, okay, right over there. And those are cottonwood trees. We're actually in Cottonwood, and you'll find those always near water. So if you ever see cottonwoods, you'll know that you're by some type of water. And is that like a aspen? No, that's not aspen. It's too low here. What are the white ones?
The white ones, those ones are sycamores.
Oh, sycamore. Okay, right. Oh yeah, and there's a willow over there. Cottonwood's beautiful. We're like probably what, half hour from Sedona here,
Yeah.
and
Eventually, this type of production, right now we're not there, but eventually we're gonna have almost 1,000 chickens running around this farm that we're gonna be grazing in these areas. They're gonna be able to forage off this stuff. They're gonna be scuffing around, eating the insects, pooping, all that. We'll have egg production come off of here, and doing this type of stuff can decrease our food costs by up to 30%.
oh, I bet.
Just having them running around.
Yeah,
like this.
for sure.
And
And you can even incorporate them into composting. I've seen there's like a chicken composting company, and there's some compost right there.
One of the greatest things that I've seen to do with the chicken manure is to turn that into a tea. It's a high nitrogen tea.
For
and you
sure.
can spray that on wood chips,
Oh.
so then break them down into a compost. And that's something you can use like just straight up, real, because it's a strong tea.
Now, can people come and visit you here?
Yeah.
How would they get a hold of you? Like just on Instagram is cool?
Reach me on Instagram would be the best way.
Oh, look at this. Adding some
Or
organic
you can
matter.
Go to earthcitizens.org.
How old is the farm?
This farm is really in its infant stages. This
like
property's
what?
been here about 30 years. It's a horse property.
Okay.
As for a farm, it's really only truly been a farm for about a year now.
Oh, right on. Okay.
You're
building it out. Let's go over to the Walpini. I think that'll be a really cool thing to show. And so this is an old horse property, like he was saying. So you can kind of see the infrastructure was more set up for the equine. Got some goats over there. Green beans having a blast.
We've got several different tractor implements. We're not anti-tractor here, but we do try to be mindful of our tilling and cultivation practices. Do them in a way that is as sustainable as possible.
When you get a 250-foot row, it's kind of understandable. You'd
Yeah,
want some help. We're Darth Cruciat. We're in Cottonwood, and it's called the, what is it? The
We're the Eco Farm.
Eco Farm in Cottonwood, Arizona.
It's a Earth Citizens organization.
Earth, so you can probably hear him too.
Yeah.
All right, let's see over here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's a pretty cool little property here. Actually, big property.
Having all this mulch coming in is a big deal. We've got 2 different tree services bringing us stuff.
That's awesome. This is great. And this will just build up the soil for free. And it helps out the tree service and everybody around. And so are these some of your, like, kind of your protected area?
Yeah, this is a really impromptu kind of nursery area. the way that I have this operating is that sprinkler goes a little bit above this shade cloth.
Okay.
I actually missed all this.
Oh wow! And this will keep it warmer, actually.
Yeah.
This shade cloth on top, and then you could replace are you going to try and take these through the frost, or are these kind of on their last leg?
These tomatoes are kind of on their way out, but all these lavenders and things, they'll kind of live there until we decide what we're going to do with those.
And so what are we walking into here?
This is a Walapuni style greenhouse. It's sunken in about 4 feet. Our sides do roll up manually.
I love
We've
the
got
classical music.
On.
This is legit.
There's a lot of evidence to support the benefit of that. And we're doing a little bit of everything.
Little speckled trout there.
Yeah, we're doing tray production. We're doing seed bed. We're doing direct seeding.
Is that all lavender there?
That's all lavender plugs. Yeah.
Got some red Russian kale here. This is beautiful.
We're doing a lot of different techniques. This is really the hub of the farm. All of our trays are coming out of here, all of our stars, and then we're propagating different plants like our mint. This really the main purpose of this big bed of mint is to propagate more mint to filter out all over the farm.
And look at this, attracting beneficial insects here.
This is the African marigold.
Interesting.
This one grows a lot taller than your standard marigolds.
And look at that little spider there. There's all kinds of life in here. I like this. Did you guys just do these from seed then?
These are from seeds, and we'll save some of these for seed as well. These have a unique plant root exudate also.
The
it has
marigolds?
a smell to it that's good for soil-borne insects. It will deter them. It has deeper roots than other marigolds, and this is edible.
It's huge.
Too. You could totally.
They're like literally like 36 inches tall.
Yeah, this one and the French marigold are really the ones you want to use. The ones from the little Home Depot ones.
Yeah, they're not
they
even
don't really
good.
do much. They don't even really smell like anything.
Hey, Bean, what are you doing?
Over here, this just
the basil.
Smells amazing. This is a lemon basil.
Ooh, wow! You can.
And lemon basil is not something you really even see that much. You might see like a couple of them at a nursery. So we had one packet of seed, and as you can see, I've turned this into millions of seeds now.
Heck yeah.
And here at Eco, that's really part of the benefit of what we're doing here is we can teach people about seed sovereignty. We can teach people about how to get your own food and how to keep it, and how to, you know, inspire others to do the same thing. You know, all this seed, I've got more than I need. I can share this with other people. More people can have something that's unique. Most people probably never even tried a lemon basil.
And it's like the smell is like so crazy.
Oh, it's amazing.
Is this like a little cilantro hedge here?
That is parsley.
Oh, it is parsley.
Yeah. This is a mesclun mix. It's gotten a little tall, you know. This is a little bit bigger than I like it.
A little bitter.
No, it's still good, but it's just like baby greens sell for a premium price.
Right.
When they get larger like this, sure you have more weight, it's worth less.
Right.
So there's kind of a balance there.
These are good though. These would be really good like braising greens.
Oh, they're great. I love them.
We'll walk over here. We can look at this is kind of our
Market garden style, much like what we looked at Garland Farm.
Oh, wait, I didn't get it.
right on.
That willow tree, you can chop that up and you can ferment that and turn that into a natural rooting hormone.
Oh. Did she?
So I mean, like,
She's got jumps.
we've got enough here that I would never need to buy any rooting anything. Make a big barrel of that.
That's amazing. It looks like you got some wild mint coming over there.
That one we planted.
Really? That's
And
awesome.
the idea around this pond is we want to have that whole edge, and
So it's not eroding then?
it's not eroding. It's holding the soil together, and it's also
It does it for cheap because mint's gonna grow frickin' any place you plant it like crazy. Okay, so what do we got here? It looks like some radishes or turnips or something.
This is arugula.
Arugula. Oh,
Big row of arugula. This is mix of a bunch of different seeds. Market garden style. This is using the earthway seeder. There's 5 rows in a 30-inch bed. And we'll get some serious production out of these. This is only 100-foot row, but I'll easily get probably 30 pounds per cut off this bed. Probably a little more.
A pound for like $5, $6.
$5-6 for mixed greens. We're running all this off.
How many cuts do you think you'll get off of this? Like 4? 3 or 4?
4 to 6.
Okay. So this is a $900, $1,000 row then.
Exactly, and then I've got another one here at a different level. You know, it's a little smaller coming up.
Little succession planting.
Yeah. And then
So do you use a pelleted seeds on those lettuces then?
no. This is all just I mix my own seed in the way that I feel like I want to mix them. We do
Shit's in the
use
mud.
pelleted seed, but I usually use those for carrots and stuff. Over here, we've got some black plastic going. The nice thing about this type of black plastic is it can last up to 10 years sitting in direct sun. And the way that I've done this is I take a weed burner here
Okay.
and I get it nice and hot and I poke those holes in there.
Oh wow.
When you go and cut the holes, they fray, the thing gets all messed up.
Right, you're sealing it kind of.
It's no fun.
You got a little leak right there.
I do. We need to get this dialed in. It's not perfect yet.
Nothing is ever perfect on a farm.
Yeah, this is our market garden learning zone.
Yeah.
We're using some of the same techniques as Curtis Stone, Jean Martin Fortier in these areas. We're using tractor and other stuff in other parts of the farm.
Hey,
So
Bean!
that when people come out to the farm, they can learn a little bit about everything.
Right,
You want to learn a little Mel Bartholomew. You want to learn a little Elliot Coleman. We've got examples of that around the farm.
It's awesome. Hell yeah. And then this is where we first started, yeah?
This is our big production field that's all with tractor.
Okay.
And we have this set up to be able to direct inject using soil probes on our tractor to put fertilizer right in the root zone of the plant, right where we want it to be. And we cultivate all this using our
And you're
electric
using like
tractor.
compost tea kind of configuration?
Compost tea, fish emulsion. We're injecting neem right into the soil, which is something that's overlooked a lot of the time. There's been studies done at K-State that say it takes about 4 years of getting neem residue in the soil to have that smell in the soil present all the time. And it actually significantly decreases insect pressure, but it takes about 4 years of doing that.
That's
So
interesting.
by direct injecting neem in with our fertilizer mix, we're getting a little bit ahead of the curve instead of focusing just on foliar.
That's awesome. And are these just kind of like the little walkway gardens here?
Yeah,
Looks
these are just kind of little gardens for fun. And
But a lot of production coming out of here, it looks
Yeah.
like, for sure.
And I try to keep some of these zones a little emptier so that when volunteers come, I can have some easier stuff for some people to do. Some people really just want to get out there and farm. So other people want to, just garden a little bit.
Yeah, right? Don't want to do the hard work.
That's okay.
Well, right on. Well, I'm going to... Oh, what's up, Jen? I am with Brian.
Hey! Hey, Jen. How you doing?
Jen, maybe we'll come see you in Flag later. But you guys, check out Brian on Earth_or is it?
Earth_grower.
And he's on here, and come help him out or come visit up in Cottonwood, Arizona. Thank you, Brian, for the tour,
Yeah. Come on out. Eco Farm.
and we will talk to you soon.
We got the folks from over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.